first, like we do every week, and we're going to talk about the Hunger Games, because the most recent Hunger Games trailer has come out for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, and I saw it, and it looks pretty darn cool. And the thing that's funny to me is that book number 3 was by far the worst book of the whole trilogy. Now, I read all 3 books, and it seemed to me that the books got progressively worse and worse. The first book was pretty awesome. Second book, half of it was good. Third book, I just wanted to burn it and throw it away and talk to Suzanne Collins, the author of that book, and say, why did you ruin this character? Or why did you put this character in that position? Because you know you just ruined your whole book, right? Right?
Now, having not read the books, I'm going to disagree with you.
What?
I think they got better.
You can't just disagree with me. All right, so you like whiny teenage angst and just complaining and moaning and just like the most heroine ever. Like,
yes.
This girl
Yes.
was... Katniss turns out to be a sniveling, whiny lady and not the strong character that she could have been. That's what you like?
That's real people, Brian. Real people are not that strong.
Real talk. Real talk about real people. But yeah, so the newest trailer just came out, and it looks really awesome. Now, if you are a fan of the series, you know that in the first movie, she kind of makes it through the Hunger Games. She's the winner. She's the one somehow figures out how to make her main man, Peeta, win with her. And, hey, you know, it kind of wraps itself up in a nice little bow, and you're like, oh, good. Everything happened well. And then in the second movie, they just find out that, hey, yeah, they're throwing you back in. So I guess to have a second movie and to call it
because
Hunger
they
Games,
hate her.
you would have, and well, that's true. That is true. The government does hate her. That is why they're throwing her back in there. And so in the second movie, they kind of do that. And this is where I kind of split with the books. So in the second book, the first book was cool. The whole thing was just, it was good story, good character development, lots of drama, some good action going on. You know, I connected with some of the characters, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Second book, the first half of it is really annoying because Katniss, I don't know why they decided to develop her into this character, but where she was in the first one, where she, you know, I volunteer for my little sister, I'm going to be the strong one, I'm going to make it through. She totally, like, flips it, and she's like, why me? Oh, poor me. Oh, this sucks. Oh, I don't want to do this.
Hold on. In the first one, she didn't really want... She volunteered for her sister because she didn't want her sister to go through it. But
Yes.
she didn't want to be involved in the society at all. She didn't want to save this. That was already there. She doesn't care about the society. She wanted to save her sister specifically because she's the only one that... She knew she could possibly survive for a day, unlike her sister.
It was self-sacrifice for somebody else. It was
for one
that
person.
gave
But she wouldn't
her
have done it
strength.
for most other people.
That
She wasn't going to do it for anyone else.
Yeah, but still, she took that inner strength and it made her into a strong character, a likable character. You got behind this character because she said, hey, this is a bad situation. I'm going to do anything I can to make it a little bit better, especially for my family. And that's what she did. And it was not she wasn't complaining about it. She didn't like it, don't get me wrong, but she wasn't like, oh, poor me. Why did I have to be put in this situation? Meh, meh, meh. Where in the second one, you start to see the little inkling of her being a whiny baby start to slip out. But then they threw her back into the arena, and everything gets cool again. So that's where the second book ends, and that's where the second movie ends, is when they're in the arena. I don't know, should I spoil it? It's been long enough since the movies came out. Can we spoil it? We can spoil it. And at the end of the book, it turns out that there's an elaborate plan to rescue them from this arena, because behind the scenes, what had happened after her first Hunger Games appearance, and she kind of showed some defiance towards the government and the way they want to run things, there was a little underground movement that started to swell behind her, and, you know, people seeing her defiance started to help them defy the government a little bit more. Now, in the second movie, they did this awesome. They showed her on this little victory tour, and how the people were starting to say, hey, she doesn't think some stuff is right. We don't think stuff is right. We're going to get behind her. She's going to be our symbol for, you know, a better tomorrow. In the book, it's kind of portrayed that way, but again, she's just really, really annoying and whiny. So, in the third book we're coming into, she becomes the most whiny character ever. There is no arena to throw her into, but the war is starting. So you have a pretty interesting setting between this district that everybody thought was nuked out of existence and the main capital government. So you have the war starting, and they're kind of putting her up there as, okay, this is our symbol for the revolution. And all she did in that entire book was complain and whine and moan, and just I literally didn't not want to finish the book. I wanted to burn it and throw it away and protest and start a Kickstarter to make sure Suzanne Collins never writes a Hunger Games book again, because it was such a horrendous ending to it.
I can't believe that it was that bad, that it
was that
warranted that it warranted a Kickstarter stop.
It warranted
her
it.
from writing it.
It warranted it.
Over some of the other people you could have gone with?
Nope. Just Suzanne Collins. It warranted it. It was just it was just horrible.
Have you read the Twilight series?
No, I have not.
Good. Good.
But that doesn't seem like it'd be cool to me. This seemed like it would be cool to me. So she ruined something that should have been cool. But in the third one, I just saw the trailer, and it really looks like, instead of all this whininess, they're showing Katniss kind of step up into that role as the badass leader heroine. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't understand why they seem to want to split all of these new books into two, three movies anymore, because you saw that with The Hobbit. The last Harry Potter was split up into 2 movies. I believe they did the same with Twilight. It's just like, let's milk as much money as we can and split these things up into 2 series.
That's exactly what it is. Like, they're really like, oh no, our money train is coming to an end. Let's extend this as much as we can.
Keep going. Keep it going just a little bit longer. Like The Hobbit, the newest Hobbit we're about to see, pretty much none of that happened in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, they made reference to it, but nothing happened.
They skipped it. Really?
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I am actually kind of looking forward to this third movie, because maybe it's going to be the universe's way of righting a wrong. Making something that should have been a cool, nice little bow around it, wrapped it up ending, and actually giving it to us. So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like with some of the stuff that came out recently, they already included some pretty big spoilers for those that hadn't read the book.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Like, they showed the one guy. They showed the guy. You know which guy I'm talking about. If you've
President?
seen it. No. The guy standing next to the president. Shouldn't be there.
What? Yeah. PETA. Yeah, they did ruin that, because PETA, you think he's dead in the
See, I wasn't going to say it, but I guess they're already ruining it anyway. It's in the trailer.
We're talking about the trailer. They ruined it. Yeah.
But it's like, wouldn't that have been like one of the biggest twists of the movie when you first see him? Maybe they're going to show it the first 5 seconds.
It would have been.
Anyway, I don't know. But
well, when they brought him in the book, that was like one of the parts she did well, is because they did make it seem very much so like he was dead, and then that he was captured, and then they got him back in the book, and it was a very interesting time. But they haven't ruined everything. Something happens with PETA that I won't get into right here, which is, again, she puts down some cool outlines for what can happen and then ruins it for herself. So let's see what they do in the movies. But yeah, also Jennifer Lawrence, this has really been this is what's really catapulted her forward. I want to say that the first Hunger Games movie was really her springboard. Now, she had been in some other movies before that. There was a movie called The Winter's Bone, which was really, really good. It was kind of about these Appalachian meth heads. Enjoyed it. It was cool. So
she was in
after that,
wasn't she in something else like American Hustle? Was that her in American Hustle?
Yeah, she was in American Hustle. Everybody said she was like this amazing actress. She was up for Best Supporting Actress. She was good, don't get me wrong, but I think a monkey with a wig could have played that part pretty well. So no offense to Jennifer Lawrence, you are not a monkey in a wig, don't worry. But yeah, but she's done a lot of other cool things since then. So I'm trying to think of the other one she was in. Oh, she got her X-Men projects. I guess that was really her springboard, was the X-Men projects. Because she was really good in Days of Future Past. You saw that one, right? Yeah, we did a thing on that show. Yeah, so she was awesome in Days of Future Past. So I'm looking forward to her having an awesome vehicle to get herself out there. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this movie is going to be great? Do you think it's going to flop? Did you like the books, especially the second and the third one? And I'm saying that very apprehensively. Because if you like the books, what is wrong with you?
Tell Brian he's wrong. Tell him he's wrong. Tell him he's wrong right now.
Hey, I've never shied away from people hating on me down in the comments. Go ahead, hate all you want. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me Brendan's right. I couldn't even give a straight face saying that. Tell me Brendan's right. Oh, no one's going to put that in the comments.
Tell Brian his fake laugh is not convincing.
Okay, but yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you think. Comments down below. Of course, at Words For My Face on Twitter, wordsformyface@gmail.com. Of course, Google Plus and Facebook. All good ways of getting a hold of us.